So traditionally, I would be playing under the MTG Deck Techs stream account, but I felt like jumping on mine for the night since I'm playing a cheap enough deck for my mana traders to cover. I do stream every Tuesday night, at least one league. Tonight I'm going to be doing two because it's the beauty of an aggro deck. I can actually knock them out fairly quickly. Um, Next week, I'll probably be streaming some type of clever modern stuff, ideally. But if you have stuff that you want to see streamed, definitely get on Twitter, find me at Busted Sleeves, and let me know the kind of decks you want to see played, because I'm always open to suggestions. Right now I've got up for grabs a Abzan list to stream. Yeah, we'll keep this one. An Abzan list to stream, and the new Grindstone Artifact Mill deck that could potentially be the next KCI if we need another KCI deck in the modern format. It plays a lot of silly cards, but whatever. I have most of it in paper, which is nice. Okay, so this is a good start for us. This is the matchup we bring in and bring in Banefire for. If this is blue-white or something along those lines. So we just run out dude and dude. We attack. So next turn we can shoot them for 6. Oh, this looks like Godfarrow's Gift. Rivulet. It could be blue-white control, especially if they're playing Search. Oh, we have so much damage next turn. Another Lava Runner. Oh yes, perfect. So we're just gonna throw everything. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. We're gonna 16 our opponent right here. I think this is the nuts for this match. Oh, so the first league was why not to play the deck. The second league is why you do play the deck. You just got to show enough devotion to it. So they're at 2 before they take a third turn. That's healthy. That's good. It's good magic. It's the kind of stuff we want to do. So we bring in Banefire. It looks like just straight blue-white. So I don't like Hazarets. If it's Fog, we want Insult to Injury. Crop Crashers are bad. Insult to Injury. So I'm bringing in this land, right? The question is, in the debate, Kinra gives us a lot of long game if they aren't able to exile it. Yeah, that hand was nuts. So do we cut 2 shocks for 2 insult injuries, basically giving us access to 5 Flamekelds? Because this will deal damage. The front half will double the damage I'm dealing. So now my shocks deal 4, lightning strikes deal 6, wizard's lightnings deal 6, my creatures deal double. I'm not sure. Let's do 1. I don't think we want to bring in that much of a mana CMC issue. It's a 3 mana spell. So we're only playing 1/2 of it. I think this is okay, so we're gonna try this. We don't want Hazards because so they have Seal Away, and they have Settle the Wreckage, and they're gonna have probably some number of Essence Scatters if they're blue-white control. If it turns out to be Godfarrow's Gift because we saw 1 card from our opponent, then that could change things a little bit. But then we don't want the insults. We want these Abrades if it's that deck. But if it's control, Abrade doesn't do anything. We could bring them in because it does hit Gear Hulks, but also this deck is so fast that Gear Hulk's not our concern. Really, we're playing towards this Singleton Banefire. If control's big enough, I could see 2 Banefires, right? Because Banefire can't be countered and it can't be prevented if the X is 5 or more. So if they settle us and we're able to Banefire them for 7, then they're at 13 life the whole game, right? So if we have a Banefire, we just know what we have going on. That's nice. This is how I get to bed on time. Is we just put them to 2 before their third turn. That's going to be our plan. Alright. I think this is another acceptable hand. So we're going to keep. Star Wars hat is our opponent. So let's find it on our list. Boom. Alright. Alright, so we get to go Bomats. Start generating some cards. Hostile Desert. It's not a land card from graveyard. So this feels like this has to be feels like it has to be Godfrey's Gift. I've not seen blue-white control running Hostile Desert. I mean, it's cool if they are, but that's the first I've seen it. So we're going to go Earthshaker Kenra just because we want to get our damage in before this Hostile Desert becomes a relevant blocker. So next turn we'll be able to go Pyromancer. They go to 14. We have Wizard's Lightning up, so if they animate Hostile Desert and block, we're able to trade a 2-for-1 on their land, which is still okay. Alright, so we go Pyromancer. Yeah, I will gladly trade this Wizard's Lightning and one of my creatures for this Hostile Desert. Because them losing a land is going to be a big setback for them. Yeah. Probably block Bomat Courier. I'm starting to stack a lot of cards up on it. That's fine. Yeah, let's just go ahead and send you back a land. I don't like this play by the opponent. If that's what we thought they were doing, we could have just attacked with Kinra. But then I don't want to get beat by like a seal away. Alright, what are we doing? Don't freeze on me. What we got going on? What's happening, Magic? Are my opponents retaining priority? Okay. Alright, so we go land, Kenra. We're going to be able to seal away one of the Kenras and go to 6. This Kenra can't block. So this is my last attack before I have to start playing around Seal Away. Or not Seal Away, Settle the Wreckage. So we swing with everybody. If they have Seal Away here, which looks like they do, they need a Kinra, they're going to take 4 and go to 8. I'm going to shoot them down to 6, and then I have to start attacking with like combinations of creatures. So I don't get completely settled out of the game. Could also, if we like rip a Banefire right now, which is a 1 in 46 chance, you know, whatever. But that really changes our thought process because now we know what we got going on. All right, so this is definitely blue-white control. Pilot, Star Wars hat. Alright. Yep, so there's their 4th land. So we don't want to attack with everybody. Because if they... Why is it gotta be awkward? So if I attack with 2 creatures, it puts them to 2. If they don't have Settle the Wreckage. But they can also fire up Hostile Desert, block one of them, putting them to 4, and be down a creature. But if I hold this land, I can represent another removal spell. So we're going to swing with the 2 least relevant creatures if it's a Settle the Wreckage. Okay, so we hit him for 2. We're going to play another Lava Runner. We're going to just hold this land. I guess there's not reason to bluff. Like, if we had a burn spell, we would have just killed that Hostile Desert. It's placed a fairy here. So what we should have done was gone ahead and played our Mountain. Because now if we top deck another land, we can't actually rebuy our Earthshaker Kenra next turn. So that was a mistake. Alright. Fairy Lyra. That's bad. I'm not exactly sure how we beat Lyra. I do not know how we beat Lyra. Alright, so knock him to 5. I guess what we do is... Yeah, that's not good. Hostile Desert's turned off because they have to have a land in their graveyard to exile. Champion of Wits. Discard a land, so now their Hostile Desert's turned back on, and that allows them to swing with Lyra. What is this? Okay, so this is blue-eye control with like some weird eternalize effects to make it grindy. So I kind of want to swing with both. If they block, then they'll be able to rebuy, but it'll cost their whole turn to rebuy. I think that's fine with me. Because we're playing towards hitting a land and rebuying our Earthshaker Kenra for 7. Which is still not going to be enough. Because it's Lyra. I don't think we have any answer for Lyra. Oh gosh. Okay, this deck looks like its sideboard is very heavily built to just crush mono red decks. Alright, so hit them for 7. Oh goodness. Alright, yeah, that's game. Alright, so we go to game 3. Goodness gracious. Alright, so they're bringing in a lot of dudes that carry Zav's expertise might be okay against. Crop Crasher might also be okay. Only deals 4 damage, so it doesn't kill a Lyra, and that's really what matters. So I think we actually want that Insult out and go down these shocks and bring in this. This is probably our play. We just want to be able to threaten these Lyras, and that's how we're going to win. Yes. 5 lands is not how we're going to win, so we're going to mulligan this. This is closer, so we keep. Bomat Courier doesn't necessarily have enough of an impact, so we're going to send that away. Because we're probably going to want some more lands at some point. So our turn is Soulscar Mage. Mono red potentially could be. Red black is the most popular deck in the format currently. Outside of red black, mono red had a lot of results at the GP this last weekend, but red black percentage wise has been just the biggest part of the field. Authority of the Consuls is the worst. So every time a creature comes into play under my control, it comes in tapped and they gain 1 life. Alright. So at least we're going to be able to erase the 1 life they're gaining. Soulscar Mage is probably our way that we're going to battle Lyra's, is by giving it -1/-1 counters with burn spells. Oh, get out. Come on. Three, 6, 9, 10, 11. So we can knock them to 11. I think this is still our play. We're just going to fire everything off. I mean, it's not ideal, but I don't think we're winning a long game. So if I have the opportunity to get this damage in while they're tapped out, we're just going to take it. We have them on a 3-turn clock currently. Yeah, mono red was a lot of the top results this last weekend, but red black is still the big card. Oh, we missed a land drop. Dang. This deck is just fairly efficient versus the red deck's just fairly efficient versus like the real control decks in the format currently. Champion Wits is fine. A burn spell here would be great. Wow. So they're flooded on charted courses. Alright, so we're Wizard's Lightning, the Champion of Wits. And then we get to attack with everybody. If they untap and they go for the Fumigate, we respond by sacking Bomat Couriers to gain less life. And if we hit a Wizard's Lightning, we can just win. But we don't have many of those left, obviously. Fumigate here is going to be real rough. Lyra. So the question is, you're right. I was so focused on getting the blocker out of the way, I should have just done that. It was more damage. That would have won the game. Thanks, man. That was a misplay. So the question is, do we, now that we made a mistake already, do we sack the Bomat Courier to increase the odds that we find a carry Zev's expertise? Or a burn spell? I don't think we sacked the Bomat Courier yet. This just wins. Alright, so we misplayed. Good point. We should have just hit them for 3. Oh, no, we don't just win. Man, because these Authority of the Consuls resolve first. Alright, so we're going to go and attack with Bomat to get our extra card. They block, we sack. So he doesn't gain life. Alright. None of those make an impact because of the Authority. Yeah, so we should have won. If they attack us, that looks like Settle. Yeah, it looks like Settle the Wreckage. Or another Lyra. Go to 6, play another Lyra. Champion of Wits is not as big of a deal. Land and pass. Yeah, this looks like Settle the Wreckage. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so if we attack with 2 of the guys, Settle. Yes, we use the ability. So the question is, what do we do now? We can go Lava Runner, Lightning Striking Lyra down to a 2/2 when it attacks. So they go to 8. We get to hit them for... None of this looks good. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 11. Yeah, so if we play both guys and they don't have a blocker next turn, then we have lethal exactly on the board. No, we don't because of these authorities. So they're going to gain 4 life if we do this. Eight, 2, 4, 7. I don't think playing the creatures makes sense because they have to hit to actually give us any value. I'm going to play the Lava Runner because I feel confident that I'll be able to find a way to get the Lava Runner to connect, so it'll erase the 2 points I just gave them. But I think if I let this Lyra hit me for 5 more, that it's pretty much game over. So they go to 10. They eternalize Champion of Wits. Okay. So if they eternalize Champion of Wits, we actually could just win for exact lethal. If we draw Carry Zev's Expertise. So we have 1 out on it. Chain Whirler. Goodness gracious. I think we play both of these creatures, let them go to 14. Lyra's now a 1/1. Champion of Wits is a 3/3. I think we have to just keep committing. If they go Fumigate, then we're just, that stinks. Whatever. So this guy can't block. Yep. Alright, so they're going to be at 13. We're going to have 2, 4, 6, 9, 10 power on board. Their Lyra's a 1/1. Oh, they discarded a Sunscourge Champion? Oh, that hurts. So they're going to be able to eternalize Sunscourge Champion to gain 4. They could discard another Sunscourge Champion and gain 8. Yeah, so we had the win if we thought our Wizard's Lightning through a little bit more. But instead we did not. This looks like a fumigate. They gain 7, go to 21. That's pretty much game if that happens. Excellence binding. It's not as scary. They're gonna bring back this Sunscourge Champion almost definitely. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. I can take them to 2 with a no, because they're gonna gain 4 life. Goodness. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is game over, but we'll see what we top deck. Double authority, yeah. Alright, that's game. So we misplay on that one. Let's see. Authorities. And Myra. Missed. Lethal. Alright, so we lose that one.